Hello, this is Sue for PMTV at the Lam Chabang port. A few days ago, we were on board the USS George Washington, which is visiting Thailand right now, and had a great tour. But because this super aircraft carrier is so huge, not many people realize that there are two more very important ships that came with George, and these are the USS Campbell and the USS Cowpens. Today we have a great pleasure and opportunity to visit the USS Cowpens to give you this report. I'm now standing with Lieutenant Halfetti. Hello, sir.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Tell us a little bit about the ship itself. What is the function or the major mission of the ship?
We're on USS Cowpens. We're a cruiser, and our main mission of the ship is to escort the carrier around and provide protection for her, whether it's in the air or the sea. Pretty much, that's our general mission.
When you say protection, how do you do it?
Well, we just use our ship, and we have radars to detect surface and air contacts, and we essentially don't let them get close to the carrier. That's really it.
Where are we now?
We are in the pilot house, and what happens here is this is where you drive the ship from. As the navigator, this is primarily where I do most of my work. We determine where the ship goes and navigate and operate safely in terms of maneuvering the ship around shipping contacts, as we're at sea. There's a lot of tankers, cargo ships, and this is pretty much where the eyes of the ship are up here.
Can you show us some of the equipment that you use that's not really classified?
Of course, just a basic radar. It just returns what we see on the sea. We have several just commercial units as well that mariners would be familiar with, such as Frono. Most of what we're done uses this right here. This is just a compass with an L-date on it, so we can visually determine bearings to contacts and where we're heading. This is where the conning officer stands, and they drive the ship by directing the helmsman where to steer. So this is where we drive from. The ship's control console, so we have a sailor who stands here and drives the ship. Really, the other piece to this is here where normally the quartermaster of the watch works, and he's the one charting the ship's progress on the charts we have here, and he keeps the officer deck informed of the ship's location, proximity to land, and other hazards to navigation. So it's a pretty important job. This position here, right here, and then the officer deck and the conning officer. And that's pretty much all there is. A lot of this stuff is just bells and whistles, extra stuff that's phones and announcing systems. Nothing.
Literally bells and whistles.
Yes. Yes. While we're up here, we can see everything that goes on. We can watch the helos, as we discussed before. Land and make sure everybody's safe back there. If something happens, we can see it, because really the only thing we can see is forward, so that's our eyes back behind us.
What are your shifts like? How many hours do you work a day?
We have 2 shifts, and it's a 3-hour shift, so we work about 6 hours up here a day, and our hours are consistent. We always stand the same watch every day.
That's not too bad, is it?
No, it lets you get into a routine, and you have a set day every day, so it's pretty easy. Okay, so here we are on the forecastle. This is the forward part of the ship, and what we do here is we have the several stations here. We have our 5-inch gun, one of our self-defense measures. It's a 5-inch 54 caliber weapon. It's pretty impressive. Has about a 15-mile range. Also up here we have 2 J-bar davits. In case we have a man overboard, we're able to drive the ship to maneuver to pick up the man. We can also use them for other lifting items. And behind us you see our two anchors that we use to moor. Our center line is our main anchor. It's about a couple thousand feet long. We have our starboard anchor, which we use to moor out occasionally, but here we're pier side. So up here on the forecastle, it is not a very involved station, but occasionally we do have people manning up here. And then as you can see up top here, we have the pilot house where we drive the ship from, where the windows are. We navigate while we're underway up there, and so that's most of what you can see here on the forecastle. Okay, here we are on the flight deck. As you can see behind me, I have 2 helos, and we always have 2 helicopters on board here, and they provide support for our ship. We can use them for cargo transfer as well as self-defense. They can fly out and look in front of us and just see what's out there. And we can also use this deck here to take supplies. While at sea, we'll have a cargo ship next to us, and they will take supplies from their ship to our ship, drop them on the deck, and the crew will break it down, as we call, and take them off the pallet and store them below. So this is a very functional deck right here. We can take several types of helicopters, and any ones that are inside the fleet or used within the fleet. And we conduct flight ops most of the day, so this is always being used at one time or another. And you can see in the tower, that's where we direct the helos from, and up here in the window, and then over here is also another place we can land helos. So this is a very busy place while underway, very dangerous, but we make it safe through a lot of the procedures we have in place while operating helos. So we do flight ops day and night. It's very capable, these helicopters.
We're now in the captain's room, and I'm sitting with Lieutenant Crooks. Hello, sir.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What is your position and what are your duties?
I'm the ship's operations officer. I have a department of one of the 5 major departments on the ship with about 60 personnel that I'm responsible for. I'm also the ship's chief scheduler, so I do all of our operational schedule and different types of employment.
How long have you been with this ship?
I've been on this ship about 6 months.
6 months.
6 months.
And before that?
I was on another ship in Hawaii, actually. So.
Would you be able to tell us what some of your difficult tasks would be in what you're doing?
The most challenging thing for us day to day is that we always have as a large multi-mission ship, we have many things going on in parallel. So there's a lot of deconfliction and kind of challenging scheduling and managing things and making sure that we accomplish everything we're supposed to in the right amount of time and safely is another. Everything is safety is number one priority for us all the time. So that making sure we don't rush too much through the dangerous things and accomplish everything we're supposed to on time and efficiently. So that is the biggest challenge on a ship like this underway, on any ship underway.
On any ship, that's true. So we're in the captain's room. What goes on here? What happens here?
This is the captain's cabin. This is actually his living quarters when we're at sea, and as you can see, we can do small meetings in here. And several times a day we'll come to brief the captain or have different meetings with him here, or we have other spaces for larger meetings depending on what the purpose is. But this is his primary office and living quarters underway. Well, we're very happy to be here in Thailand. We've enjoyed our visit, and we appreciate hospitality, and we hope to come back again soon.
All right.
So,
we're happy to have you here. Thank you, sir.
thank you. Have a good day.